Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say tonight? All right. And so our card is the Princess of Wands. What does that mean for you, Cancer? This has a lot to do with impulse, passion, physical, sexual attraction, love, self-empowerment, self-realization, exploration, sometimes obsession, devotion. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. We have a beautiful figure here. It looks like a person who is wearing maybe a dress or kind of really like puffy pants. I kind of think of somebody in like silk pants, kind of in a dancing, maybe running posture. They have a nice flowing shirt on and holding maybe a fan or some kind of beautiful flower. Okay. And this to me resonates so much with the energy of the Princess of Wands. This is, I think, of some kind of like Persian artwork, tapestry, maybe some beautiful image of people dancing and merriment and devotion. Pudgy says yes. And, I think the motif of the flower, of course, is, this kind of symbol of the sacred feminine. Okay, but also coming into a prime place. Really being activated, beloved. Hello. Speaking of being beloved, what are you doing? Come on. Come sit on my lap. You silly. Oh, okay. You're just gonna use me as a bridge. Okay, so I feel that there is a beautiful attraction. I see that we have right here, it looks like maybe a small person kind of in a seated position. So I feel like this is somebody who is in your psyche. Really a focus of kind of this flood of want, this desire. And I see this, it looks like a snake. And I'm laughing. It kind of reminds me of, from this side, it reminds me of like Beetlejuice or something. Ooh, like one of those, I think it's when he was a snake. But I feel that as I'm looking at this, it makes me think that there has been some kind of struggle, maybe a power struggle, a minor power struggle. I feel like you have, in this instance, maybe one one your way. And as we know, Cancers like to they like to be right to some degree. Not in a superficial way, but like on a deeper move, like a, you know, making a right move on a chessboard. To be, you know, in the lead, to be positioned in a place of power within something that really matters to them. And I think love is one of those things. I feel that often Cancers, not all of you, but I mean, I imagine that it kind of is, you look at some of the communication of love as a game of courtship, you know, a game of rhetoric. And this can be used in a beautiful, artful way. It can also turn to treachery pretty quickly. But I think in this situation, there is a lot of love. So I think this is an established relationship. You know, is it perfect? No. But, you know, what love really is, what kind of functional love really is. Perfect. I think in this kind of tangle that you've been in, you know, there with the kind of, I think that sometimes you like to argue a little bit. Maybe you say you don't. Maybe usually you like peace, you know, you like to be left alone to do your thing. We all do, but I think that in some, you know, in some moments, there is only but, you know, an argument that can kind of scratch that itch that you have. And, you know, I don't think that you go too wild with it, but I think when you feel like you've come out on top, you've unloaded some of the pent-up feelings, there is kind of this rising of love, of lust, of, you know, physical desires. And, you know, I think in that struggle, there is kind of a feeling of a strong desire, and I see these two kind of entangled with each other, one putting their hand on the face there, and I feel it's almost like you want to be wanted, but when you are needed, when you feel needed on a very core level, fundamentally within your relationship, your partner needs you. Not so much in a codependent sense, but they've built a life with you. Or you want to build a life together. Or you aspire to find a mate, a partner that you can build a life together, build a mutual foundation. And, you know, when you feel needed, this is something that, you know, awakens that deep, you know, animal in you, that that fiery cat we see in the Thoth, on the Thoth card for the Princess of Wands. And, you know, those fires really are, okay, Pudgy. Those fires really are brought to a higher burn, okay? And, you know, this feels nice. It feels lovely. I feel like you kind of have had your seasonal, you know, argument. Things, you know, maybe feel a little bit raw, but they will be worked out. Come on. I love you. Let's go. I'm in the middle of a reading, mister. Thank you. And so, kind of purging some things that have been building up. And, I think that, being in this place of passion, take advantage of that. Enjoy it. Because there will be, on the other side of all this, more tedious things, more stressful things, more tiring things, as there are, and that is life, right? And when we are in involved relationships, even if, it's more casual, not everything can be just easy all the time. Maybe somewhere somebody lives that way, they figured it out, but I don't buy it. I don't buy having a deep connection with somebody and it just is always, good and balanced and content. I don't know what that even means. We're ever growing, ever moving. Things are in constant flux. And so our relationships shall be too, And so, let's see, we have a little wizard here, which is the ultimate Cancer symbol, in my opinion. And looks like calling upon the birds, right? Sending some messages out there into the world. I feel like getting realigned to your next thing. I think this is a good time for making those appeals. Right? Offloading some more of those amends that maybe need to be made. Not to anybody in particular, maybe, but to the universe, to the way. And, I feel like you really just have an open heart right now. And that's always a nice time to kind of scrape out the bottom of everything and get yourself cleansed, absolve yourself, go through the process of, making those universal pardons of self, right? And beginning again. We are also at the transition of, another season pretty soon here. And so hopefully we are all making our minor and major goals. What is it that you would like to accomplish this next, few months? Where do you see yourself? Going into the winter or the summer, depending where you are located. And, what are you willing to do to get there? My hope is, now I'm on a social media detox, so I'm hoping that I read some more. I want to write some more poetry this fall and just try to immerse myself in some beloved things and things that make my mind, body, heart sing. Yeah, I want to experience some imagery I've never experienced, some sensations maybe, and weave that into my own experience of the various realities. And so I wonder, what will you do? We have with the wizard, you are a world creator, a vibe setter. I always imagine a Cancer with a lot of music around, a a lot of things to tinker with, and words, so many words, right? Maybe it is a good time for you to write a letter to your beloved. Maybe. I'm sure they would love to hear from you. Okay, let's see. We also have, it looks like a plant that is kind of slumped over. We have a person here, we have a person here, and I almost feel like and as I'm looking at this, I'm looking over here, it looks like kind of a cliff and a person looking out over it, and a little ship here with the sail kind of looking out over the ship departing. And I feel like, okay, so we're on a journey, right? I think this is emotional, definitely. It looks like, you know, with the contemplation, looking out over the scene, I feel almost, you know, even with the energy, the passion, attraction, the love, I feel that it should be mentioned that with this flower kind of slumped over, it's fairly phallic within there. I do believe it is important for you to be mindful and reserve your vital energies, if you know what I mean, where you can. You know, be thoughtful of where you are putting your energies, and you know, who you are letting into your sacred spaces. This is always important, but especially I think when we are kind of inflamed in that way, you know, you have to really temper yourself so that you may make good decisions. Okay. And I think this one's really interesting. I do think that with the emotional journey, I do feel, you know, a lot of this energy can be put into, you know, the restorative effects of a relationship. But I think even more importantly, put into your creative works, you know, as I always like to bring up, you know, these times when we are so impassioned, it really is so helpful to put this into ritual, ceremony, creating artwork, music, you know, into working on things that you love, that you find enjoyment in, redecorating, remodeling, you know, doing some kind of outdoor work, whatever it is. And, you know, I think that would be such a worthy enterprise. So, let's see. Let's take a look down here. Where are we going down here? We have a nice heart. A nice heart. A little bit of emotional tea down here, but there's nothing really floating in it except for maybe one cat hair. Thank you, Pudgy. And somebody on here, and I'm so bad. It's been so busy lately. I'm terrible. But if you were the person that told me to get the omega-3 for the cat, it's already been helping. So thank you. Definitely a wonderful, wonderful gift of advice with his shedding. So anyways, I feel that, you know, we're just in this love place. Although I do feel you coming in to your more natural state once again. you know, a little more solitary. I think this is normal for a Cancer to kind of have these floods of feelings and you know, kind of expressions of more and Eros and the desires and but then, you know, it doesn't last too long. I think you're always somebody who's very loyal to your love, and I think there's a enduring love, but these big peaks of outward expression are not always you know, so well maintained. But that's, you know, that's the nature of a very lunar being, and quite understandable. I think it's very tiring to kind of cling to one state of, you know, of keeping a relationship one single way as long as you can, you know. So absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think it's, you know, we honor ourselves by honoring our nature and not forcing things, but, you know, respectfully expressing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. We're gonna look at the Indigo Sage Affirmation cards, and we have a nice little birdie on this one. We have some really cute birds still around, but all of my robins are gone. All of my grackles, shed a little tear. I haven't seen my blue jays in a while. They usually come, they hang out for a lot of the summer, then they disappear for a little while. Then they'll come back when it gets cold again. And but a lot of my mourning doves and my collared pigeons are still around, and of course all of the chickadees and finches and all of these little guys, they're out there always. They are so cute. They love to get into bird baths and just they circle around there and they take turns jumping in the deep end. All right, let's see. Oh, that's really pretty. It's like I'm not good with stones. I think like a rose quartz maybe? I don't know. It's pretty though. Looks like a grape. I thought it was a frozen grape for a second. Okay, it says, holy yes to all of you. Experience yourself from a new ecstatic perspective every moment. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like this is that very fiery energy. There is a lot of that ecstatic expressions of love, love. And yeah, hopefully that's filtering through all of your alignments, all of your archetypes, personal archetypes, all of your moods, those many moods that you have, and so on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much, Cancer, for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And oh my gosh, has the algorithm really, I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, I think just since the holiday, oh my goodness, views have been down. So we'll see. I don't know what's going on, but cross our fingers it'll get better. But let's see what else. So the algorithm really likes engagement. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, watch the readings from the beginning to the end, share the readings on other social media platforms. All these things help. Of course, you don't have to do them, but I figure if you are making it to the end here, you might be so inclined to support the channel in some way, and these ways definitely support the channel. Now, if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. And between now and the next Cancer, you can watch your other placements, your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising, your Venus, and cross-watching for your loved ones, your spouse, your crush from, you know, high school or whatever. whoever it is that you want to see what's going on in their horoscopes, go ahead and watch those. Let's see what else. If you want to leave a comment, I read all of them and I reply back to all of them. So sometimes it takes me a day or two, but I love the engagement there as well. And also I need it because I'm off of all my other social medias until like spring. So this is going to be my only internet interaction. All right. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me, and we will talk again real soon.